is the band mode for hip flexion for the quadruped rock. So from this position, if someone sits back and they can't go very far into it, this is the mode that we want to use to try free it up, right? So what we do is we have the band right down at the bottom so that we can pull back on an angle, down and backwards. We put our leg through it, the leg that we want to mow. We obviously have to do this to both sides, right? And we come forward until we've got a lot of band tension. And we want to have this band pretty close to our groin, right, at the top part there. From that position, what we want to do is we want to drop right down into a squat. And what that's doing is when we got the femur here, so this bone here, and we got all these ligaments at the bottom, we got stuff like the pubofemoral ligament, the ischiofemoral ligament, and we've got these ligaments that stabilize the femoral head. But what we want to do is we want to get into these back ones, like the ischiofemoral ligament. So you don't have to worry about any of that terminology. Just understand the movement we're trying to create is a lot of hip flexion, right? We want them to be like this position. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that when we mob them, we're mobbing them in that same position, back and down. So chest is nice and straight. You want to make sure, if you remember the pinch test from the forward bend test, you want to pinch the skin for your client and make sure it's super straight. Or if you're doing it yourself, because you want to teach your clients to do this themselves, their back has to be super straight and they have to be upright like so. You want to give them something to hang on to, so I'm just going to grab a weight. And you want to grab a nice heavy weight like this. So you counterbalance it so the weight leans forward slightly like so. You drop into the pelvis and you allow the band to push or pull the femur backwards. Now there's some key points here. When you take a big breath in, a lot of people will keep a lot of stability in this leg. They'll try to hang on to this because they don't want the band to pull them backwards. So you have to hang on to the weight plate and you have it leaned forward like so, so it's almost pulling you forward. You take a big breath in, and as you exhale, if you watch my knee, as I exhale, I relax the knee and I'm trying to push the knee out more. I'm not just trying to do that. As I breathe in, I drop down into the squat as well, and I let the knee go outwards. So most people will hold the band mode like this. This is incorrect. Big breath in. As you exhale, drop down, ass trying to touch your heel, and knee out all the way back towards where the band is pulling it from. Make sure your back's nice and straight. No rounding. If you're rounding, you're not doing it in the right position. You're not going to free up that hip as easily or as well, right? That's the band mode for the quadruped position.